So, a few weeks back I made a video comparing my new matchless amp to the main sound for the past 3 years on my Kemper profiling amp. And since then a lot has happened. I got more than a few folks saying they now use their matchless profile on their devices like the Helixes, Zooms, Fractals and Kempers, and it became their new favorite sound. Well, happy to help. But I also got more than a few people saying I made an unequal, false and even a dishonest comparison by comparing my amp to an already existing profile someone else made on the Kemper. What I should have done was use the Kemper to profile my amp and my cabinet. That would certainly be a much better comparison. Well, I actually do not agree to that, more on that later. But I'm always open to feedback from you guys and it's important to me to hear your opinions. So here I am caving, let's do it. This digital amp can mimic this exact amp. It takes a snapshot and then you've got that amp saved on this device. Brilliant. How does that work though? Well, you simply put it on Profiler, turn this one on, press this button, and there we go. Wait 1 second, we'll do that in a minute. When buying a Kemper, you can't expect folks to also buy all the tube amps they want to play with on this thing. So maybe you've got some nice tube amps at home already, but chances are they will sound better when you just buy a pack of folks selling these profiles. Getting the profiles okay is doable, but getting them great isn't easy, as I've experienced firsthand. So folks that sell them, one, have all the great amps you're looking for probably, and two, they did it so much that they know exactly what works and what doesn't. I know so many folks playing the Kemper and none of those regularly use their own or create their own profiles. So to be fair, I think my video was a pretty realistic scenario. So the signal chain is as follows. The Kemper goes into the input of the matchless. The matchless goes to the cabinet boosts the signal into the microphones to the preamp to the sound card back to the Kemper. Now I remember why I just bought some profiles. But now we can finally make a decent profile. So we start with moving the knob to the profiler. We click next, and here we can choose between a distorted or a clean setting. Well, it's definitely distorted or overdriven. So we're done. Isn't this pretty sweet, right? But it says this profile might need some refinement. Please press refine and play a few chords for a while. So let's listen again what happened. I actually did this process yesterday and today a few times before I made this video. I wanted to take the time to get it right. I made a bunch of profiles, some good, some not so good. So let's just skim through them. So this is the first one I made. Not great. Second one. A bit more open. Third one. So here I changed the settings on the matchless from the second EQ position to the third EQ position. A little bit more fat, that's the 3. And the plus is I dialed the volume a little bit up. Sweet. I'm comparing this profile as I profiled it to the matchless because that's what we're all here for, right? I'm very excited. But in order to do that, I need to go away from the amp because I'm too close. But anyway, I'm moving to the couch, switching back and forth between the amp and the Kemper, and we'll see which is best, which sound awesomest. This is the 5th time I'm recording this section of the video. The first 4 times I played, I compared, and I started editing the final part of the video, and I just wasn't happy with how the Kemper compared to the Matchless. To be honest, I think the Kemper just never really came close to the Matchless. It sounded shrill, the overdrives were too harsh or too piercy, so I didn't want to be held accountable for like making a bad comparison, putting either one in a negative light. It's just, I have no affiliation with Kemper or with Matchless, but I want to show the truth. And I just know the Kemper can sound so good because in my previous video, 5 Smokin' Hot Blues Licks, I played the Kemper and you all went crazy for that sound. So I just know the Kemper can sound killer, but why didn't my profile sound that good? Well, it's just pretty difficult getting a great profile, as I experienced. So this is literally the 3rd day after the first time I recorded this part, and I wasn't happy. So I just did it a bunch of times, and finally I am pretty happy with my profiles. So this is the last time I'm recording this part. I did my best. Maybe I just suck at profiling, I don't know. Anyway, I'm putting these profiles up on my Patreon page, so you want to check them out. So this is the Matchless. I'm just running 2 leads, and I'm just switching back and forth as straightforward as possible. Kemper. Let's try some different things with the Telly. Let's start with the Kemper right now. Yeah, so pretty awesome. I think both sound pretty cool. There is a difference. Matchless is a little bit more, I think the chime is a little bit more present still and a little bit more beefy overall. But still the Kemper sounds great, and it's a sound I could definitely use in a lot of settings. I'm quickly going to change to the other profile I made and change the settings on the amp. Yes. There we are. So, a little bit less over there. Stop playing, it just sounds so, I don't even know what it is right now. I think the Matchless, yeah it is. That was a hell of a ride, and I want to thank you for watching. The profiles I made, the 2 are available at my Patreon page if you want to check them out. Let me know in the comment section if you want to see a full pack of the Matchless profiles, maybe with different pedals, different settings. That could be fun. And I think this video really is proof that it isn't that easy getting a great sound from your own amps. So my first video, I think it still makes a lot of sense comparing the real deal versus a profile you can find on the internet. Anyway, that's just me. Have a lovely day. Catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.